A perennial league power in Louisville City makes their way to South Florida, hoping to snap a 2-game skid and the process create some separation with an upcoming club. USL Championship action brings us to Pitbull Stadium, where Miami FC squares off with Louisville City. Greetings to all with former Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey. I'm David Gascon, and thank you for joining us. Gary, one of the biggest surprises in the Eastern Conference up to this point is not only how crowded things are, but just how close Miami is from the upper echelon.
They can go up, they can also go down. This will be their 11th match. If they don't get a result here today, look what's behind them. Pittsburgh, Indy 11th, Birmingham, Rhode Island. So massive match here today for the home side.
And for Miami FC, one of the things they need to do here today is grab some points. Ideally 3 of them, because they're in a little bit of a rut, winless in their last 3.
Yeah, you got to turn that around. You don't want that to continue, but it's a tough ask against a fantastic Louisville City side, although they too have struggled in recent games, surprisingly.
And a couple players to watch today. Eli Room, the goalkeeper, and forward Jurgen Locadia named to Curaçao's 26-man World Cup roster. What makes these players so special for Miami?
It's just their experience. If you look at Locadia, he's played for PSV. That's one of the top sides in the Dutch division. 176 appearances. Eloy Room as well. He's played for Columbus Crew. 50% of the games this man has played in have been clean sheets.
And for Louisville City, they were fantastic last year in 2025, trying to carry it over here into 2026, but they've been winless in the last 2 league matches. They won the season opener, though, against Miami 4-1 back at 3rd place.
They look very good early on in the season. They just lost their way a little bit in recent games, but look at the quality. Sean Tosh, Taylor Davila, Chris Donovan. They've got so many players with a great amount of experience.
They lead the all-time series as well against Miami FC. So Miami trying to turn the tide here tonight and split the season series and get themselves ever so close to the top tiers in the Eastern Conference. Coming up at their side, we'll get you the starting 11 and first touch. It's Louisville City and Miami FC coming at you next.
Avianca is ready for takeoff. Miami FC brings extraordinary passion to every match, and we take it further, connecting the city to 80+ destinations across the Americas and Europe. Because chasing the extraordinary takes the right partner. Avianca, the sky belongs to all of us.
Dealing with pressure is never easy. But pressure is part of the game too. When everything is in your hands, become your own hero.
USL All Access returns this week. We'll break down the USL Prinks Tires Cup. 42 teams remain, but who's really got a shot at the final 8 coveted spots? We'll talk the Tampa Bay Rowdies' historic-ish start, still unbeaten through 8 games, the return of US Open Cup, and the best matches to watch this weekend.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Avianca, Baptist Health, Macron, and Cook Unity. As we are back, tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Avianca. First out for Miami FC, a 4-3-3 led by head coach Gaston Madoni. Just the one change, Mason Tunbridge at the top of the board as well.
Yes, for Dalton Knutson's come back in for Preston Kilwin in that 4-3-3 shape. But important for both fullbacks here in Jai and Malaysia. They're going to have to deal with both the wingbacks and the wingers of Louisville City as they play so well out on the width.
Handing things off for Louisville City, a 5-2-2-1 formation for Simon Bird, the interim head coach. Hugo Farou in between the sticks. 5 changes for them.
Lots of changes, but from the last side, Jansen Wilson coming in. He's their top scorer. Zach Duncan is not available. Chris Donovan comes in. Tola Shawamni goes to the bench. And just watch out in the midfield there. It's the Davila brothers. Evan dropping back from the attack into midfield alongside his brother Taylor.
Lou City has dominated the all-time series matchup against Miami FC. 8 victories to just 2 losses. In fact, Miami's last win, you have to go all the way back to September 20th of 2023. It was a 4-3 outcome, and since then, Miami has not picked up a single point against Lou City. Tall task for them here today, but it is one of these matchups where you're not paying attention to what happened early on this season. It was the season opener for Miami FC. They did so on the road, a 4-1 defeat, but Gaston Madoni's troops have collected themselves. They're feeling a lot better. He was extremely disappointed about the output just a few days ago, a loss to Detroit City up in Michigan, a 2-1 defeat. One that he really feels his team should have just had a better result, a better performance. They were up a player, only got 1 goal onto the board, and quite frankly, to a man, he expects more out of them here today.
And that's always disappointing when you hear a coach say that the players didn't perform, that they need to do better, and they will have to stand up and step up against a Lou City side that can be on their day absolutely brilliant. Chris Donovan up front, natural goal scorer. Jansen Wilson, goal scorers. He's their top scorer out wide there. You've got the Davila brothers in midfield controlling things. And as I mentioned at the beginning, Manny Perez wide on the one side, Aidan McFadden bombing down the width. And then you get to the back 3, they are super strong. Josh Jones with that long throw in. And Hugo Farouk back in goals. He was missing for the 3 defeats. And he could make a big difference to Lou City back in goal.
Yeah, Hugo Farouk in between the sticks. His record 3-1-1. Goals against average sits at $140, and the save percentage is at 63%. He's been fantastic for them. In fact, he's been fantastic wherever he goes, but Farouk again gets the nod here today. For Miami FC, trying to cure a spell, winless in the last 3 league matches. They'll be moving from left to right on the attack, and this match is officially underway. Lou City and their light kits today will be moving from right to left on the counter. Mark Verso is our center referee today. Temperatures at kickoff, 84 degrees. Humidity right around 75%. Scattered clouds, about 20% chance of precipitation. All in all, this is Miami weather, Gary. Knudsen, a little bit of pressure early on. And this will be an immediate corner kick for Lou City.
And there's Lou City straight away coming down the width as they do so well. They attack you. Gaston Madoni will be well aware of that. It's one thing knowing it, it's a different thing stopping it.
First Cook Unity corner kick of the contest goes to the road team. It's one element that Gaston Madoni feels better about his team this year than last year's defending on these set pieces. Ball played into the box, missed, but on the left-hand side, McFadden was available for it. Placement was a little bit off the mark for him, an opportunity for Miami to clear it, and they can't do so. Wilson, again, McFadden lobbies that through Knudsen. Miami FC feeling a lot of heat early on from this Lou City side.
Simon Bird, now the caretaker, or interim manager rather, since Danny Cruz left, but you've seen already they attack down the right, and now they're attacking on the left, getting crosses into the box, getting you to make decisions as defenders.
Nice touch here, Serrano. Serrano with the left foot over on the right-hand side. Nobody in his colors available at the moment. Lou City will do a couple different things towards Miami. They'll play direct, they'll play out wide. And one element to no matter who's the head coach of Lou City, they will ask a boatload of questions. Lou City with 16 points. Miami coming into this one with 13. A bit misleading because Miami has played a couple more games than a healthy amount of the clubs in the Eastern Conference. And Gary, what you alluded to at the top of the show was a win is fantastic and moves them up the ladder, but a loss, they could see themselves down in 9th position by the time this night is over with.
Yeah, that's why it's such a big, crucial match for them.
Play is onside for the time being. Donovan had that play neutralized. Good job by Knudsen to rally back. Contact here, and they're going to say that ball goes off Romero. It'll be a corner kick for Lou City again.
Yeah, Donovan not offside there. I thought I was waiting for the flag to come up, so that was a good opportunity there for Lou City. Now another set piece, another opportunity to put pressure on the home side.
What do you think, Johnny?
There's Sean Tosh. As reliable as ever for any guy wearing the purple and white for Lewis City. They've been dangerous early on in this match against Miami, and we're just a handful of minutes in. Cook Unity corner kick right now. Serrano was working short. This ball, Room will volley it right to Serrano with some good contact near the 6. Foul's going to go against Lewis City, so possession back to Miami.
That's a good goalkeeper there, Eloy Room, 37 years of age, huge experience, and as you mentioned at the start, Curacao International going to the World Cup, but comes and deals with that cross, punches it clear, gets the free kick anyway, but that's what you want at the back, and good choice of goalkeeper by Gaston Madoni. If there's anyone that's going to get them into a playoff position, you would like to think it's going to be Eloy Room, as I mentioned at the beginning. 50% clean sheets this year, 8 matches played, 4 clean sheets.
Larger improvement compared to Miami last year defensively. They just had problems scoring the ball and defending. Locadia playing bumper cars for a minute, got himself back up, but Adams was the one that delivered some contact, and now for good measure, Sonora in the middle of this. Mark Verso commanding him to come right back to where he's at. There hasn't been any kind of physical activity in this match up until that point. So a bit shocking that our center referee is so demonstrative with that action.
Well, the player wouldn't listen. In fact, the player is very lucky not to get a yellow for kicking the ball away. If that comes later in the match and you're up, it's an automatic yellow card. So the referee just, I think, just laying down the law and saying he's in control and you must listen to what he says. Fair enough.
Adams here. McFadden back to Adams. Gary, one of the things that you pinpointed early on with Lewis City, just in fact during warm-ups, is their ability to run exercises where they're playing, passing with the ball, moving without it, something that's part of their game day in and day out. McFadden, Knutson got in front of that one.
Yeah, they were doing rondos in the middle of the pitch, but it was a continuous rondo where you get the ball and as you get it, you turn. And if you do that, it's very difficult to be tackled because the man staying with you doesn't know which way you're going. So when they get the ball, if they can, if there's no one behind them, they will take it and turn, and that's how they move. There he goes, a turn there immediately.
Some sharp contact here, and Jai will get a quick lecture from our center referee again. So a couple harsh fouls. Serrano down on the deck right now, and Jai didn't mean any ill will.
You have to be physical with Lewis City. They're such a good side. The problem is, though, you've got to be physical in a way that doesn't get you into trouble with the ref, because next thing it's yellow cards, potentially red. So, yes, get tight, but just limit the interaction there and make sure you don't upset the referee.
Looks like Wilson will take this free kick.
You were just talking about the problems with Miami if they don't get a result. If they do, they're right up there in the sort of top 3 or so. Same for Lewis City. If they win, they go second, only a point or so, a couple of points behind Tampa Bay. So the upside for both teams is very big if they can get 3 points today.
Wilson, Davila, Taylor Davila. It will be Wilson. Wilson, the lob through on the right-hand side, just a little bit off time on that ball. It goes right back to Miami. Gary, you were mentioning the movement about Lewis City and what they fundamentally do with pregame warm-ups and the activities. There's a difference in styles, but it does feel like there's a lot of clubs that don't exercise that same kind of work ethic in pregame warm-ups, and you can see it when they play the game. Ball gets static and it gets just muttered around a little bit compared to what Lewis City does.
I think also Lewis City have excellent players in every position. Kyle Adams, the judge, to have led with the elbow there. But when you've got the quality of players they have, Taylor Davila, he's the footballer of the year for the USL. I mean, he gets the ball, turns in one move, sprays it around there. You can see that leading left arm from Kyle Adams. Chris Donovan has come down from Philadelphia Union. Classy player he is. You can go through almost every player. Sean Tosh has set records for, this is his 10th season now for the boys in purple. Kyle Adams also. So when you have that quality of player, you can ask them to do more. And that's where Lewis City can be so difficult to play against. They can play through presses, they can attack you wide, through the middle. And I think for most teams, it's the ultimate test, is trying to beat Lou City.
Ooh, heavy collision. Hugo Faru asked for it. A little bit of friendly fire with Adams and Mateus Romero colliding as well.
Oh, pleased everybody got up there. For a moment, I thought Hugo Faru had taken a big whack, because he comes in with his head and gets clobbered. Let's have a look at it again. Romero had a foot out, and I thought that might have hurt Faru, but he just bounced straight up. See, I told you goalkeepers are tough.
That's right. You were Exhibit A. Everything else is a validation of your efforts. Hey, you mentioned Taylor Davila signed an extension. They'll take him through 2028. The reigning USL Championship Player of the Year, also a 3-time first team All-Leaguer. Leads the team in assists, also leads the club in chances. He is as dangerous as a player there is in this division. Adams, McFadden.
What they do as well, what they do very well, rather, Lou City, is when they do lose the ball, as Kyle Adams just showed you, they're very quick to try and win it back. They really press and try and get it back within a couple of seconds.
DaCosta, who couldn't manage it. Room will be here to touch it down. Calfo amongst the starters here today with Knudsen and Jai Milesi on the back line for Gasta Madoni. Not an easy task going up against a side in Lou City that will fill it up. And once they get on a run, they're tough to beat. Goal differential right now is at +3. The problem for Miami is they've been surrendering a bit. A couple of their losses, one to Lou City, another one to Phoenix Rising. When the wheels fall off the wagon, they really fall off. Which makes that match just a few days ago in Michigan against Detroit City alarming, because they were up a player and just didn't have the energy, the tenacity to pull away with 3 points. Gasta Madoni acknowledged that he expected much better from his side.
Yep. His phrase was, we weren't competitive enough. And Simon Bird will know that his team very rarely are not competitive at Lou City. It's because you're fighting for a place. As a good player fighting for almost every single place in this Lou City side. When you look at their bench and some of the players they have there, Tola Shawamni battling with Chris Donovan for the number 9 spot, Babacar Niang in midfield, Quincy Herman. And they've got a bunch of players not available. Zach Duncan would be an automatic starter. Muka Kale probably. Kevin Lambert as well. And of course, Brandon Days, the youngster at the back, 17, and what a talent he is. So yeah, their squad has a lot of depth in it, Lou City.
Probably the first time this year that the far side official with the flag up for being offside. Probably the first time this year that we heard Gasta Madoni say that he didn't feel like his side was competitive enough, even in losses. He feels like his team gives great effort and the energy doesn't waver, but it was the first time this year, and he'll have to put that thing past him, and no better way to do that than to grab 3 points here against Lou City. But so far in this match, it has been one-way traffic. McFadden out wide with an opportunity here. McFadden could not manage it, and Jai with a fine job defending gets in front of it. Miami having possession momentarily. Adams squirted this away. Watch out, more trouble. Serrano off edge. Serrano trying to work short side. Did he get a piece of that? Meaning the goalkeeper room.
The people order delivery like they're made of money. That's why they subscribe to Cook Unity, where the chefs deliver gourmet meals at affordable prices. Because the people aren't made of money. Cook Unity, chefs to the people.
No score just yet. Miami FC, Lou City. This is the second game of 2 during the regular season for these Eastern Conference combatants. DaCosta couldn't hold it. Serrano, who gave it up. Good move outside by Wilson. Wilson gets taken down, and there'll be an immediate yellow card here in the 13th minute. Calfo the guilty party, but that's a good foul for him to take.
He had no choice, Angelo Calfo, because He was away. It's such a good turn. Have a look when the ball comes. Just a nice little touch from Jansen Wilson, and he was gone into the edge of the box, a chance for a shot on target. And they've just been probing and testing, haven't they, on the edge of the box, Lou City. And that's what makes them such a handful. You're talking about that rondo they were doing where they get the ball and move with it. That was another example of allowing the ball almost to do the work for you. As it comes to you, flick it on. There was no way Calfo could catch up, and he had to foul. Now, you've got a centre-back on a yellow card for the rest of the match. Can't afford a second yellow, obviously. Otherwise, he has to leave the pitch. So your centre-back now has to be careful of every tackle he makes.
See who takes this free kick. Wilson leads the team right now with 4 goals during the regular season in 9 matches. First 2 years as a pro, he had 16 goals combined. Not only is he a threat, he's young at 24. Wilson with the punch, drives it into the wall. Not a good strike by him, but a fine pivot, second crack at it. That one won't work either. DaCosta to midfield. Adams in front. Miami FC has not done a good job of holding possession and moving into the attacking third against Lou City.
Yeah, you're 100% right. They've really battled. They've knocked balls up, and those balls have come straight back. They've had possession and lost possession. This is one of the few occasions they've actually crossed the halfway line, and with it, they come straight back. But they're just under huge pressure from Lou City.
A man on a man, that's what it feels like.
There's the long ball, and who wins it again? Lou City, and back they come.
Same old song and dance. Serrano with the chip out wide. Wilson was asking for, along with Donovan. Ball's going to be neutralized. There'll be another corner kick here for Lou City. Miami's absorbing a lot of pressure early on.
They are, absolutely. There was a nice little ball in there for Jansen Wilson. And it was blocked, well blocked in the end. But yeah, they've just got to keep on going, Miami. They've got to keep defending, try and keep the ball out the back of the net and see if slowly they can work their way into this game. But they're being suffocated at the moment.
Another kick, Unity corner kick. Taylor Davila will take this one for Lou City.
Referee just explaining you can't put your arms all the way around the man that you're marking.
Davila, low line drive trajectory, not a good ball. Tosh was the closest one on his side to get to it, but wasted set piece for Lou City. Gary, when you're Miami and you're in this kind of position, absorbing so much pressure, how do you release it?
Well, you have to play through the pressure. You've got to start winning some long balls. Every ball that's come up has been won by Lou City. And yes, they do have some big boys there, Josh Jones and Kyle Adams, but LaGuardia, Tunbridge, Soniora, they've got to win a few of those. You've got to play through the press, which hasn't been difficult. Rather, hasn't been easy because Lou City has been pouncing on everyone. So here's the long ball. Now you've got to try and win the knockdown. Even if, okay, it's gone straight out of play. That does not help. And once again, it goes to Lou City. But at some point, they will settle down, Miami FC. They've just got to try and not concede in that period of time.
Breakout session here. Wilson goes right back to Miami. Unless he's going to find Jod timing up there.
The thing about Lou City is just that they have lost 3 of their last 4. But they were against Houston Dynamo away in the Open Cup, and you're playing an MLS side. Detroit away, which is never an easy place to go to. The only one that really shocked me was they lost at home to Pittsburgh 2-0. And yet all their data suggests they should have scored. Pittsburgh didn't have that many chances when they came. They scored a couple of bangers. So maybe they were just a bad day at the office. So all in all, it's not really a bad spell Lou City have gone through. And yes, they won their last match 5-1 against Union Omaha to break that 3-match losing run. But they won't want to keep losing matches that you would expect them to win.
Going over the crossbar onto the webbing, but Room was measuring that, making sure it doesn't go in. Another corner kick here for Lou City.
Well, they're breathing deeply, those centre backs there. Knudsen have been doing a lot of work in the early part of this match.
Lou City, one of the top tier teams offensively in USL Championship. Kick Unity corner kick. 160 shots heading into this match. Davila, again, much better ball. This one headed away, though, by DaCosta. On top of it was Wilson. Adams looking for a lane. Davila here off edge. Davila with the left foot, unless he got in front of it to block it. Nice job.
It almost feels as if Lou City are at home, Miami on the road defending. That's how dominant Lou City have been now. Josh Jones back in the team. He struggled early on the season with injury. Now just finding his full fitness. He's going to put a long throw, which is almost going to be as good as a corner.
McFadden with the header. Goes right to Room. McFadden with a couple goals this season. In the regular season anyway. Lou City has 15 of them. But they get contributions up and down the roster. They're fortunate enough to be one of those teams where they're not relying on one striker only, and that they're so top heavy that once that player is properly marked during the postseason, they're out. With that being said, Lou City was the best team last year in USL Championship, the Players' Shield, and that didn't mean a whole lot at the end of the day.
They were absolutely brilliant last season, broke almost every record, I think, for points, for wins, for you name it. They set the record, and then in their first playoff match, knocked out. It happens, and that's why even if they don't finish top, Lou City, this year, let's say it's Tampa Bay and they finish second or third, it might not be a bad thing because some adversity might get them ready for the playoffs.
Tunbridge outside to Romero. Romero with the crossing attempt. Oh, a beautiful strike. There's Locadia. From 0 to hero, quickly, just like that for Miami. Locadia on the board. It's 1-0 for the home side.
That is some cross put in there from Romero out wide. Absolutely brilliant. But look at the pace on this. And measured to perfection. Locadia doesn't have to move. He's just got to wait for it to come. Look, he scores a very good header, don't get me wrong. But the ball in is absolutely top class. Goes above the defenders of Lou City, and Locadia is waiting for it, hammers it back into the back of the net. One magical moment. They haven't shone, have they? They've been defending for 20. You ask me the question, what do they have to do to get out of it? Well, there's your answer.
They had not entered the attacking third the entire match. And then all of a sudden, one whip inside the 18, magic. Romero with the assist, Locadia with the goal, and it's 1-0 for Miami FC. That's how maddening this game is, though, Gary. You could do everything right like you are at Lou City, and Miami has one counter, and it's in the back of the net.
That's the quality of some of these Miami players. It's a team that has, I would like to say, a lot more quality than the last couple of years.
Played through again. Intended recipient was Locadia. He was cut off. For Locadia, it's his second goal this season. He ties for the team lead. Matthew Ndongo, Arnie Rocha, Alessandro Milesi all have a couple of goals each. And for Miami, the early goal is a massive one because of all the pressure they are taking on. At least they have some margin for error now.
Yeah, if you're Simon Bird in picture there, you must be just wondering what this game is all about. You couldn't have dominated more in the first 20 minutes on the road, and yet they were caught. And again, I don't think you can blame the defense too much. It just was the most magnificent ball put in by Matias Romero, and you could see that LaGuardia didn't have much to do about it. He just had to wait for it to come. Now, of course, he still has to head it from there, but the delivery was pinpoint.
Spent some time in MLS with Cincinnati, FC Cincinnati to be exact. Here comes McFadden out wide. Lou City trying to retaliate. McFadden goes for a goal. Easy stop for Room and no rebound.
I don't think that sort of shot's going to beat a goalkeeper of Eloy Room's capabilities. But at least they're having a shot. They're trying to get something going.
DaCosta, Romero trying to serve one up again for Locadia. Not this time. Lou City trying to push the counter back the other way. Well, we get a minute. Enter the Prinks Tires USL Cup Game Day Kit Sweepstakes for your chance to win a prize pack worth up to $2,000. Scan the QR code on your screen right now and enter today. It's a goal of the week candidate for Locadia and Miami FC. Romero, and give a ton of credit to Mason Tunbridge for the one that opened up the sequence. He was getting bodied around, held possession. We talked about it off the air. He plays a lot bigger than he is. And Giant Serrano mixing it up, and that went out of bounds.
We were talking a few minutes ago that maybe a little bit of adversity is not a bad thing for Lou City. Chatting to Danny Cruz last year when everything was going well and they were setting these incredible records, and he said, I'm worried because we just keep winning. And he said, when we get to the playoffs, that's when it gets tough. And he was proven 100% correct. First match in the playoffs, they were out. Where some of these performances might get them ready for the playoffs.
Donovan, oh, a great save made by Room. Huge stop by the goalkeeper. He robbed Jansen Wilson there.
It's a good little half chance, isn't it? Donovan goes through, just lays it off to Jansen Wilson. He's just under a little bit of pressure from the defender. He doesn't catch it really hard, so Eloy Room's got time to make a comfortable save.
Blue City continuing to play downhill. Romero with his third assist of the year leads the team. Probably Miami's most experienced player in this roster. 30-year-old Argentine. Good connection to head coach Gaston Madoni. Miami looking to win this match and snap a 3-game winless streak in USL Championship regular season activity. Blue City loving to climb the ladder, play a little cat and mouse with Tampa Bay, who's the top dog right now in the East, with 21 points heading into tonight.
Eloy Room has been fairly busy this match. On the other end, Hugo Ferrou on the far side in the orange has had absolutely nothing to do except pick the ball out the back of the net. That's his only involvement so far.
Romero got it back. It is to be expected that Lou City is going to own the possession category here tonight, but Miami, whatever they can take to keep Lou City away from target will be massive. Doesn't have to be in large chunks of the match, but just has to be effective and make Lou City chase the ball around. That was not the case. That was an unforced turnover. Right back to Hugo Ferrou. Nice move here. Donovan was left open the left-hand side. A dummy play through, and Jansen Wilson could not manage it. Blue City has had countless opportunities to score, but unable to do so. Back comes Miami. The second goal wouldn't make life comfortable for Miami, but it gives them some breathing room and something they badly need against a Lou City side that has had their way historically against Miami. Winners of 8 of 10.
Just to give you an idea of the dominance of Lou City, touches in the opposition box, 19 for Lou City, just 1 for Miami, and that was the goal.
Unbelievable number. Drive from well outside. That thing never had a chance from Taylor Davila.
There's still a long way to go. If you're a
Sure.
Lou City fan watching this, no way you need to despair at this stage, because from what you've seen, it has been an absolutely dominant performance by the boys in purple. And If they keep this going, you would think the chances are pretty good of getting back on level terms. But there is that quality in Miami FC this season that we haven't seen last couple of seasons, and we saw that quality with that cross and that finish. Absolutely brilliant.
Serrano. Looked like our center referee was going to blow the play dead, but they're going to play on now with McFadden entering the 18. McFadden, one stutter, moves some pretty good contact, and Jai with a fine job depossessing for Miami. I got a minute. Turn into the CBS Sports Network on Saturday, May 30th for a USL Championship battle for the top Eastern Conference sides. Reigning Players Shield, Lou City. Gonna have to defend here. Locadia, there's his brace! There's a massive crack in the defense of Lou City. Jurgen Locadia with an early brace in Miami with a 2-0 lead. Check it out.
It's a lovely ball through here from Tunbridge, but they've had 2 chances. They've only entered the box twice. Twice they've scored. Talk about efficiency. But it's a beautiful ball in, head up. Tunbridge is looking for opportunities. They haven't quite picked up that change in run there. Sean Tosh doesn't stay with the goal scorer Jurgen Locadia close enough. And Locadia just buys himself that little couple of yard space and turns and tucks it in the corner. Brilliantly past Hugo Farouk. Such efficiency in front of goal by Miami FC, in particular by Jurgen Locadia.
And this is exactly what you predicted prior to going on the air tonight, Gary. A 2-0 lead for Miami, and Jurgen Locadia doing damage early.
He's some player, isn't he? If you serve him up the ball, you can do proper damage. And to be fair to Simon Bird, when we chatted to him and asked him the threats from Miami FC, he picked out Locadia, and Romero was the 2. And Romero set up the first goal. Locadia scored them both.
Mason Tunbridge, a lot of credit for that second goal. The assist by Tunbridge, but also to ditch Kyle Adams and take it from just about midfield on into Locadia. And the rest, as they'd say, is history.
He's a special player, this Mason Tunbridge. Sort of just jumped on the scene and suddenly impressed everyone with his abilities, but seen him in a couple of games now and very impressive. 25-year-old from England. He was playing at South Georgia Tormenta, but when you see him on the ball, he's got a natural talent that, who knows, might even take him higher up to MLS level eventually.
Tunbridge, 16 goals, 9 assists in a couple years. Foul here for Locadia. He's not in agreement with our center referee, and he's got a few choice words about it.
Now, just looking at Locadia and doing a comparison with Chris Donovan, when Chris Donovan arrived at Lou City, I expected him to score the way Locadia is scoring, because he's coming from a very high level, formerly with Philadelphia Union, 77 matches there, so, you know, a top-class MLS player. He has struggled to make an impact. Yes, he did score 2 in the last match against Union Omaha, but that's playing against League One opposition, with all due respect. But other than that, he struggled to find the back of the net, just 1 goal in 7 matches, and I'm looking at Chris Donovan thinking, that's what you have to be. You have to be that when you get a half chance in the box, bang, it's in the net.
Donovan was looking for a ball there and had to pivot away, but regardless, it was disrupted. Now Room might be cramping up here. He drops to his wallet.
But you don't want to lose him. He's their experience. He's their guiding light at the back, Eloy Room.
While Room is waiting for a trainer, I'll give you a heads up. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship, from the grassroots to the pros. Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. If you're just joining us, Jurgen Locadia with a brace here in the opening half. Mateus Romero, Mason Tunbridge with the assists on the 2 goals. And Lou City has had all the offensive flow in this match. Miami FC has entered the attacking third twice. and they scored twice.
Like I say, it's pretty efficient. Yeah, it's a problem for Lou City. Again, Simon Bird, when we chatted to him this week, said we need to get back to keeping clean sheets. Well, that's not going to happen here today. And in fact, they've only got 1 clean sheet in their last 10 games. That was against Sporting Jacks. So, and that's for a team that generally gives you very little, Lou City. So for some reason, they've just lost their mojo at the back. Just that ability to stop teams from even having half chances. It's disappeared for the time being. As we watch Eloy Room, hopefully fit enough to continue.
Yeah, Miami trying to chase another clean sheet. You mentioned, Gary, that they have 4 of them, second in the league. But they are either feast or famine when it comes to the clean sheets, because when they get a clean sheet, they're 4-0. When they concede a goal, they're 0-3-4. It's pretty remarkable.
Which is why it's going to be hard for Lou City to beat them now. Now they're 2-0 up at home. They're going to take some beating now, because they'll know how to close out games. They know how to shut the game down. And of course, there's always the chance of Locadia getting his hat-trick.
Of course, for all intents and purposes, Lou City can just continue to play how they play. Locadia searching for it. Faroux was able to gobble it up. But Miami's going to play this same style for the full 90 minutes. They might park the bus with about 10 minutes left in the contest, but for the most part, this is how they play. Same thing with Lou City. Tosh. Out wide. This ball lobbied across. McFadden with the insert. Almost an own goal there. Wow.
Well, they're certainly going to be tested at Miami FC. They have been already defensively, and they will continue to be. This Lou City side will keep coming at them. But they have so much going forward that even having conceded twice, there's nothing to stop them winning this match 3-2, 4-2. Simon Bird will not be happy with the goals conceded, but he knows that his team can score plenty.
Wilson here on the corner. The Cook Unity corner for Lou City. Wilson towards the back post. Room with a good job volleying it up. Miami and DaCosta here. Miami's searching to get this ball out of harm's way. Serrano is able to get in front of it. We have stats and highlights. Also a look around USL Championship at the halftime break. Nice play defending. Njai Olawatori able to get in front.
There's that long ball out of defense, which time and time again has been won by Lou City. Hence this constant pressure. But again, if you can score as efficiently as Miami do and create such good goals, then maybe this is a style of play that suits them. Sit back, let teams come at you, defend in numbers, and then try and counter with these long balls over the top to Locadia. In fact, to be fair, it hasn't been the long ball over the top that's worked. It's been the ball wide, whipped in by Romero that worked, and it's been the ball laid on the ground to Locadia. The one thing that hasn't worked is the long ball over the top, which has been won time and time again by Lou City.
Kaufel couldn't hold it. Some simultaneous contact here, and that'll just be a common foul. Malesi was the guilty party.
Yeah, both players going for the ball at the same time. Malesi just a fraction later. And just a free kick, no yellow card.
First contact, boys, first contact. Come on, boys, get out here.
Played in again, that header. Oh, grab some woodwork. Iron unkind for Lou City. Eli Room gets a break.
I think that was from Josh Jones, that hitting the post. And again, so close, Lou City.
Serrano with the touch from Adams. Back at it. Jai able to fight it off, and this stays with Miami. Trainer called up. Another player down for Miami. Let's see the number. Looks to be Mateus Romero.
Keep going, Dono. Keep going, bro.
Soccer fans, soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your tickets and much, much more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your tickets to great seats.
And again, tough for Lou City. A great header there and hits the post. I mean, how much closer can you get? And Miami living dangerously, but surviving for the time being. Just think about Lou City. If you give them many more chances like that, surely it will find the back of the net. As good as Eloy Room is. Have a look. Josh Jones there gets that flick on. Bang. Room is not even close. He hasn't moved, the goalkeeper. That's another inch in from Josh Jones. That goes in the back of the net.
Oh, winning is the best part. It is. That's a dumb question. That's a dumb question. Yeah, it's gonna be here for me.
So Romero's still down the ground. Looks like there'll be a change. Brandon Bent is going to come in for Mateus Romero. Be our first substitution of this match. All substitutions brought to you by Baptist Health. That's a tough break for Miami with Romero departing.
That's a tough break for Locadia as well, because that service in for the first goal was top class. And he could do with some more of that. There's every chance of a third goal. And let's see if Bent can also provide that sort of service.
Romero provides so much stability for Gaston Madoni. The Argentine's day is over with. Bent will check in for him in the 40th minute. Bad blow for Miami. Now we'll see if there's any opportunity for Lou City to capitalize on it. Tugging on the jersey on Locadia, but possession staying. Sonora. Bent. Jai to Knutson. Mason Tunbridge didn't get a lot on this, and it goes right back to Hugo Farou and Lou City. Well, Miami wanted to get off on the right note with a goal early. They did so with Locadia's strike. Ball here. Donovan across the goal. And Jai, McFadden, top of the box and outside. Davila back to McFadden. Serrano out wide to the left. He's got it now. Serrano surveying right side. The header. All is well timed, and they score. Some hesitation from Eli Room, but credit to Ray Serrano putting that ball right on the money, the right-hand side. Easy elevation. There's that man, Chris Donovan, who you mentioned, Gary. He gets on the board. It's 2-1.
Yeah, it's a good header by Chris Donovan there, and he has to play that role. He has to start scoring goals or keep scoring goals for his team. Almost at the back of his head, he gets up and gets twisted by the defenders. Nice ball in from Ray Serrano, just hangs it up for him. You can see it's almost the back of his head it goes in. That just shows you the commitment from Chris Donovan to get it done. I think we'll see a better example here when the ball comes in of how he goes up. And yeah, he's just turning in midair. So it's a really good header to get that in, and when your body's being turned away from the goal. And that's exactly what Lou City need from this man. He needs to be doing on the one side what Jurgen Locadia has been doing for Miami FC.
So for Donovan, it's his second goal of the season. And for Serrano, it's his fourth helper of the year. I beg your pardon, third helper of the year. Regardless, Miami now only has a 2-1 lead. Lou City was inches away from scoring a goal. They made the most of it on the next attempt with Donovan and Serrano. They're not going to go anywhere.
Again, to be fair to Lou City, they've scored one, they've hit the post. and they've been scored on by the only 2 times that Miami FC's got into their box. So if you're the data analyst sitting on the bench for Louisville City, you're saying we've had a fantastic first half, but here they are, they're 2-1 down.
Which is odd to say too, given the fact that the expected goals for is in favor of Miami, 0.62 to 0.43. Go figure. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download it now. Shots are 10-2 in favor of Lou City. 10-2. They have 3 on target to 2 for Miami FC. Possession favoring the road team. Lou City's got at 58% clip. 42 obviously for Miami. Tosh. Here's Wilson surveying the land. Macron halftime report is around the corner. Stats and highlights, news and notes. Take a look around USL Championship because we have a healthy amount of players that will be participating in the upcoming FIFA World Cup. All that and then some once we've reached the halftime break. Matias Romero's days over with, left with a hamstring injury. He did help on one of the goals for Jurgen Locadia, who has a brace. And now the team lead in goals with 3. Gainbridge wanted to chip that with his left foot to Locadia. No such luck. Stretch pass here. Knutson, good job. Well, the pace that Lou City was working at early has definitely cooled down. And now it seems like Miami's been allowed to grow into the match.
I think in those situations where a team high presses the way Lou City does, you can't keep it going all the time because it takes a lot of energy, sprinting from one defender to the next. So you have little periods where you do it, then you have periods like a rest defense where you just sit back a little bit, try and get some recovery.
Torrey out wide, bent with the left-footed chip. Want to be something special there, but could not direct it into the net. 4 minutes of added time by our 4th official. Been a busy first half. A lot of activity from both ends. Poor ball by Serrano. Give it right to Njai. Let's see if Miami can capitalize on it. Locadia, nobody around. For Miami, you're thrilled about scoring a couple goals, but you're not comfortable.
Yeah, there's a long way to go in this match. I think you're right there. As I say, with that post, it could easily have been 2-2. Maybe even more for Lou City have been knocking on this door since the beginning of the match. I'm pretty sure they'll come out second half and do much of the same. So a long way to go yet before Miami FC can take these 3 points and see themselves shoot up the table.
Yeah, that's probably one of the benefits of operating with a club like Lou City is the level of frustration is probably extremely low even when things don't go their way. A team that's used to winning, playing hard, having the results. It's a great culture, one that everyone tries to emulate, but easier said than done. Part of that process of winning is just the continuity that they have with personnel year in and year out. They don't have whole player changes like other clubs in USL Championship do.
That's very true, and that's a sign of all the top clubs. They have the money to keep the best players, keep them on good contracts, attract other players either from MLS or top players from the USL like Muka Kale and Quincy Herman. So yeah, it's a very, very talented squad and very deep as well, which is why over the course of a season, you know they're going to be in the playoffs. You know they're going to be probably in the top 2 or 3 positions.
Cook Unity corner kick here with Jansen Wilson. Wilson, good punch. Room swipes that left.
It's 3 times Eloy Room has done exactly that. Corners have been right on him, testing him, and 3 times he's punched it well clear.
Clearly it's something that's been unlocked for Lou City. Trying to find a break in Room's game. This one played through the intended target. Wilson, who had his eyes on it, gets it back. Serrano, just a little bit over. Tosh, who gave it up. Davila. Shaping up to be an excellent second half of ball. This score does hold down as it is. Farouk.
He's getting bored, Farouk.
Yeah.
So other than the 2 goals that he's had no chance with, he's hardly had a touch all half.
There is Hugo Farouk.
And yet the 3 games that they lost recently, all lost without him. Not saying that Danny Fondas wasn't good on the day, but it's more that Hugo Farouk is a really, really top-class keeper.
Yeah.
Very commanding of his area, according to Simon Bird, and has made a difference to this team.
See if Mark Verso checks his watch. Ball's gonna go back to Miami. Let's see if they can make one final attempt towards goal before this half expires. Miami is in no mood to hurry this thing up. Calfo out wide to the right. Locadia taking a lot of pressure and bent. And that'll do it for the first half. A bit surprising that the half unfolds just like that. Mark Vuso taking a look at the clock and also acknowledging what's in front of him. First half is in the books, though. Miami's got a 2-1 lead.
A very, very good first half for Miami, considering they've been under so much pressure, but lots more to come in the second half.
Locadia with the brace, and Miami comfortable up right now by 1. 2-1 is the score. We'll be back.
Avianca is ready for takeoff. Miami FC brings extraordinary passion to every match, and we take it further, connecting the city to 80+ destinations across the Americas and Europe. Because chasing the extraordinary takes the right partner. Avianca, the sky belongs to all of us.
Dealing with pressure is never easy. But pressure is part of the game too. When everything is in your hands, become your own hero.
Back here live at Pitbull Stadium, the Macron halftime report. Jurgen Locadia, 2 goals in the first half. Miami has a 1-goal lead over Lou City. Now we have a moment in time. Time to take a look at the World Cup USL base camp for everyone around the league. Fellas, take it away.
Before the World Cup can begin, 48 national teams need a home. And home is a lot more than a practice field.
They wanted a beautiful grass field and in a sort of secure facility with great access to gyms and all the other pieces around.
Dan Rutstein had the honor of handing the keys to Orange County SC's entire facility to the U.S. men's national team. Why does it matter to you to have the U.S. national team at your facility?
Look, if you can't get excited about a World Cup, then we shouldn't be in this business. It's obviously an enormous opportunity. We're happy for them, it's a great facility. We're happy for us, we're happy for our fans, so we can be talked about in the same breath as the home nation in a home World Cup.
Orange County is joined by the Oakland Roots, who will host the Australian national team, and the Tampa Bay Rowdies hosting first-time World Cup team Cape Verde. When clubs spend multiple weeks in one building, the facility must accommodate an entire support system, not just the players. In a large country like the United States, travel can take a toll. Cape Verde's Tampa home sets up short flights to Atlanta, Miami, and Houston for its group matches. Australia will play matches in Vancouver, Seattle, and nearby Santa Clara. The U.S. team's longest journey is Seattle, sandwiched between two group matches in Los Angeles. But as the World Cup takes place, it's business as usual for the USL Championship. For Orange County, a worthwhile temporary adjustment.
We're still training next door. The short-term pain of being not allowed to use our stadium for the medium and long-term gain of working with the US national team, we could never say no to an opportunity like that.
USL All Access returns this week. We'll break down the USL Prinks Tires Cup. 42 teams remain, but who's really got a shot at the final 8 coveted spots? We'll talk the Tampa Bay Rowdies' historic-ish start, still unbeaten through 8 games, the return of US Open Cup, and the best matches to watch this weekend.
Distance, shot once more, and score!
Doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Prinks tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks tires will be there for the long haul.
I truly give everything that I can for them.
It's like, all right, we're in this and we're gonna go for it.
Esto es la porra, this is who we are.
Everybody here doing the heartbeat, having everybody in the stadium do that was just chills.
Avianca is ready for takeoff. Miami FC brings extraordinary passion to every match, and we take it further, connecting the city to 80+ destinations across the Americas and Europe. Because chasing the extraordinary takes the right partner. Avianca, the sky belongs to all of us.
Back here at Pitbull Stadium, we're at the break right now. Miami leading over Lou City by a score of 2-1. Jurgen Locadia with a pair of goals so far in this contest. Take a look at the band playing right now. Gary, take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Marriott. Any game right now that jumps out to you?
Tampa Bay Rowdies continue doing well, 1-0 up in the first half there. Indy 11 over Lexington have struggled this year. They've brought in a ton of good players, including Philip Goodrum, and don't seem to be getting the results. But it's only halftime.
Should be fun tonight between New Mexico and also Charleston as well. Kick off at 9 o'clock Eastern. Now while we got some time, we'll take a look around USL Championship with a Week 12 update. Fellas, turn it back to you.
It is halftime in the USL Championship. We hope you're enjoying the match. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines from the championship. Through 2 rounds of the Prinks Tires USL Cup, 5 championship clubs are a perfect 2-0 and lead their respective groups. Louisville City has racked up a tournament-high 8 goals so far, while Charleston and Tampa Bay own 6 goals each. And group leaders Sacramento and Colorado Springs have yet to allow a goal in the competition. Sporting Jacks defeated Sarasota Paradise in the USL Cup, earning its first ever victory, and it was a double cup matchup week for Sporting Jacks, who went on to grab a point in a 1-1 draw with FC Naples. The World Cup rosters are taking shape, and a pair of USL Championship players have earned call-ups to Haiti's national team. Colorado Springs switchbacks Duke Lacroix has made 6 appearances for Haiti, while Carl Sante from El Paso Locomotive has played in more than 20 matches for his national team. Upcoming national spotlight games on CBS Sports Network. Sporting Jacks in San Antonio next Wednesday, then a big one between Louisville City and Tampa Bay Rowdies on the 30th, and another tough test for the Rowdies against Charleston Battery on June 10th. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
Dealing with pressure is never easy. But pressure is part of the game too. When everything is in your hands, become your own hero.
Back here at Pitbull Stadium, Miami FC 2, Lou City 1. 45 minutes in the books and 45 more to go. Lou City and Miami trying to snap league losing streaks right here tonight. Gary, now we got some time before the second half begins to take a look at the first half highlights, because there was a lot of action in it. More so for the fellas in purple and white, though.
Yeah, it was all Lou City until this moment. And the ball goes wide. Tunbridge, a little bit of skills there. Plays it wide to Romero, but what a cross this is. Absolutely brilliant cross. Brilliant header, though, from Jurgen Locardier as well. Really fantastic to win. It was the first chance they had, the first time they even got into Lou City's box.
Locadia gets on the board first, did it early. All these highlights brought to you by Avianca in the 29th minute. More of Mason Tunbridge and also Jurgen Locadia.
Well, he's gone round Kyle Adams so well, Tunbridge. What a player he is, and slips this ball through. Perfect waiting, and then, of course, Locadia, with all his skills, nearly 200 matches for PSV in Holland, for example. He knows exactly where the back of the net is, but this man here sets him up fantastically. Tunbridge, turn, back of the net, suddenly it's 2-0, and Lou City have had all the play.
But you talked about Chris Donovan, decent amount in the first half. Finally, he does deliver.
He does, and it's a very, very difficult one when the ball comes in. It goes out wide here to Ray Serrano. When it comes in, he's got defenders either side of him, Chris Donovan. He ends up hitting it with the back of his head into the corner. That's a really good finish. And that's what they want from him. They want those goals to just get them out of trouble, back into the game. And that's why it's all set up for an unbelievable second half, I would reckon.
So Donovan gets on the board. First half numbers in this thing. What does it tell you, Gary?
Well, you can see 3 shots to 10, 6 corners to 0. It's been all Lou City on the front foot. And not much coming from Miami except the 2 goals from their 3 shots, which is pretty good. And they've been super efficient in front of goals.
Can Miami live like this in the second half and win?
It's a good question. I don't think so. I think Lou City's pressure will produce goals and they will keep coming. But if they can get another one, if they can do what they did in the first half, take those little half chances, give something for Jurgen Locadia to work with and make it 3-1, they might be able to hold on to that lead.
If you are Gaston Madoni, then what do you tell your team?
Just keep defending, keep running around. You can see Musto, the goal scorer against Detroit City, coming on. You just got to work your socks off to stop a very talented Lou City side.
First change here to begin the second half. We had one earlier as Mateus Romero had to be removed because of an injury. Brendan Bent came in for him. Substitutions brought to you by Baptist Health. So another change as Tommy Musto will come in. And for Miami FC, 2 players that Gaston Madoni acknowledging to come in. Bent in the first half, and now Musto here in half number 2. On the flip side of things, if you are Simon Bird, do you do anything different than what you did in the first?
I think they played really well, Lou City. Yeah, a little bit tighter in defense when it comes to Jurgen Locadia. Maybe not just have a single player on him. You're going to double team him because he's that good. But they knew he was that good beforehand. But other than that, I mean, the data speaks for itself. There's been 3 touches from Miami FC in the opposition box. 27 for Lou City. It's hard to dominate more than that.
Trying to get around the corner was Jansen Wilson. The change, Mason Tunbridge is removed. Musto comes in for him. That's a bit of a surprise. Curious to see if there's any reason for that.
I can only assume that's injury because I thought Tunbridge was really good first half.
Well, you can make a valid argument he was the second best player in the first half for Miami. Jones with this throw-in. Long throw-in. Knutson, right-hand side, Serrano. Volleyed around, Rumo just gobbled up. He's in a match on this occurrence. It's a big shot for Miami to absorb now because Mateus Romero is gone. He's not going to have an influence in the rest of the night, and Mason Tunbridge is also out. 2 of the best players for Miami amongst the starting 11 tonight, not going to have any kind of influence on the second half. And they're clinging to a 1-goal lead.
And you've also got Angelo Calfo on a yellow card, so as a centre-back, he's got to be very careful of his tackles and his impact when going for the ball.
Perez trying to retrieve it. Cold shoulder from Sonora.
Haven't mentioned him much. He's one player hasn't stood out in the first half. That's why I can't believe that Tunbridge is anything but an injury, because if you're going to bring somebody off it for more of a midfielder and Thomas Musto, it might have been Sonora.
Overwhelming amount of shots that Lou City had in the first half. Locadia called for the foul. Miami had the advantage in expected goals for. In fact, that's the only category that they led in. Possession 58% to 42 in favor of Lou City. But at the end of the day, scoreboard is all that matters. That's the only truth.
There was that post as well from the Josh Jones header.
Yeah.
It could easily have gone in. Now, there's still plenty of this match to play. And also bear in mind that Miami were away in Detroit midweek, whereas Lou City didn't have a midweek game. So maybe they got fresher legs. Going to Detroit, traveling all the way back. Might have been a bit tiring for Miami FC. So we'll see if that impacts last 10, 15 minutes.
I wonder if Gaston Madonia can hear what you said and say, you know what, we didn't give anything up in Detroit, so maybe we got some more gas left in the tank.
He wasn't happy about the performance, was he?
No, not at all.
He's got to be happy today. Not that they've done a number of great things, Miami FC. You take away the 2 goals, which was just the only really 2 moments they've been on attack. They've really been defending for most of it.
Locadia with the long ball. Bear hug, gave it up. Top of the box, DaCosta. Sweet move! Oh, he grabbed some woodwork! DaCosta with a hero play, couldn't finish it off.
Wow. What great feat from Rodrigo DaCosta there.
Unbelievable sequence. Bent couldn't manage it. And Lou City with their first break of this match. A sequence that needed something to happen, and for Miami, and DaCosta ever so close to the insurance marker, and there is DaCosta in disbelief.
Wow, what a good dribble. When this comes from Locadia, just see how many players. He beats one there, comes inside another, and then still shoots as the third one is approaching. Wow, they haven't done a lot, Miami FC, but when they have got in that box, they have been absolute dynamite.
DaCosta going for goal and didn't try to overpower it, just did all he could. Got around Tosh to start, and then against Adams, just could not find the back of the net. That would have been a massive goal for so many reasons, especially for DaCosta. Was not had the kind of influence offensively that Miami was hoping for.
Yeah, and to the point we were discussing just now, that little bit of extra cushion might help Miami go on and get a win out of this match. All the time there's only 1 goal difference. You have to fancy Lou City will find a way to equalize with all the talent they have on the pitch.
Yeah. Still, Jai. 2 changes in this game for Miami. That'll be a foul. Evan Davila, the guilty party, and DaCosta down in some agony.
Just doesn't quite reach the ball, Evan Davila. He's had some good games, but to stay in this Lou City team, you've got to be excellent every game. I just wonder if he might be one of those that gets pulled off in the next sort of 5 to 10 minutes, because they've got some options on the bench. Lou City, the likes of Sam Gleedle, who can play almost any position. Quincy Human can attack that back line with his skills. Tola Shawame, they could put 2 big strikers up front. Babacar Niang drives from midfield. So real quality on that Lou City bench. For Miami FC, a little bit different. They've already made 2 changes, so they won't be in a rush to make too many more. Gerald Diaz is sitting there. He can come on and do a job. Mathieu Ndonga as well. So no doubt we'll see them when they need fresh legs. But having made 2 changes already, there's not a lot left they can do from the bench.
Lou City would love to just rely on Jansen Wilson and Chris Donovan. Combined, that the 2 guys have done a lot of work for Lou City. They've accounted for 11 goals across all competitions. They're having a pretty decent time, I would say, in the Prinks Tires USL Cup.
Yeah, Donovan got 2 last time out, as did Wilson. But that was last game. This is this game.
Yeah.
There's a big challenge on hand here for the boys in purple to try and get something out of this match. And even a draw won't satisfy Simon Bird and Lou City fans. They are so used to being able to win on the road. You gave a stat earlier on, Lou City have won the last 5 against Miami, scored 14, only conceded 4. So in their mind, they come here to Pitbull Stadium expecting to win. I don't think they'll necessarily be happy with a draw.
To win 80% of the time against your opponents is astounding. But to limit Miami pointless in their last 5 is straight dominant. But tonight, they're in a hole. They were down 1-0, then 2-0 because of Locadia. And they got one back to make it 2-1 before the first half expired. Heading into this match tonight, both these teams above the playoff line. Lou City with 16 points and Miami with 13. But Miami had played 10 games already. So a few of the clubs that were behind them were yet to play matches 9 and 10.
We're just looking at the live table. They are level, both on 16 points. And only Detroit in second place with 17, and Tampa Bay are above them.
Tampa Bay is doing some serious work to Phoenix tonight. Last we saw was 3-0 for Tampa Bay.
They are flying this year. Only undefeated side in the entire USL in both the Eastern and Western divisions.
Yeah, 3-0 in the 35th minute. Yikes. But they are the best team that you've seen so far, right?
Yes, they are. And I think Miami realized that a couple of games ago. They got beat 4-1 here. And they got taken to pieces by Tampa Bay. And they are head and shoulders at the moment above anybody else in the league. But it's a different system.
Sure.
It's all about playoffs. It's just get to the playoffs, and then is your time to shine, as Lou City found out last year. The best team doesn't always go on to be the champions.
Adams. McFadden with some hesitation. Adams again. Davila. Toshier in the touch. Lou City not afraid to strike it from outside either. McFadden, Serrano, Davila. Open crease. Out wide, Serrano again kept that ball on the deck. And it's going to go back to Miami FC.
Yeah, it's offside on Ray Serrano. He's looking down the line. He's got so much talent, Ray Serrano, and he has little spells where he scores goals, but in between, just don't see the consistency from him that I would like to see. And there, as a striker, a wide player, when you're looking down the line, you've got to keep yourself onside.
Second half has been fairly even. Rodrigo da Costa did hit the right bar against Hugo Faru. The only chance that Miami has had in half number 2.
I just wonder how long it'll be before Simon Bird does start to make changes. Just feel the energy perhaps for Lou City has gone down a notch or two. And to your point, Miami FC looking more and more comfortable.
Nice move by da Costa again. Locadia gave it back to da Costa. 2 converging on him. Locadia tees it up, grabs more woodwork. It's the second time in this half. Da Costa first, Locadia his bid for a hat trick. Ever so close.
That's such a good shot from Locadia. It just comes at him quickly after da Costa did a lovely little bit of skill out wide. And he hits it, and he is inches away from that third goal.
Serrano again bearing down. Or I beg your pardon, that's McFadden. Serrano's to the left of him. That's going to be a foul every time. McFadden, let's see if he gets yellow. That's exactly the case here. He wasn't going to get it initially, and then for good measure, he decides to punch that ball into the barrier.
Frustrations for Lou City. When you dominate that much and you end up in a losing position. And da Costa's the one who's taken the knock, and he's had some magical moves in this second half. Even that one a moment or two ago. There was that. So here's the foul. He has a little swing out there and then kicks the ball away. You're quite right. Either of those could have got you a yellow. Combined is definitely going to get you a yellow. But that shot from Locadia that hits the post, it comes at him so quickly from da Costa. He does a great job out wide on the right-hand side. Here is da Costa. And he's drawn in so many defenders. And then there's that shot. His nose for goal, Locadia, is top class. Again, you don't get to play for PSV in Holland for nearly 200 matches without being a quality striker. But that is, he's had 3 chances and he scored 2 and hit the post with the other.
It was a fortuitous bounce that came his way for that shot to even go off the left bar. As da Costa's still down on the ground. Football fans, if you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
Guston Madoni just looking at somebody in the crowd and chatting and smiling, but I think he's frustrated with the players he's losing. This could be another change if Da Costa can't recover. Well, fortunately, it looks like he can. Simon Bird must be wondering what you have to do to win a match. Jokingly spoke to him, he's getting a bit more grey in his beard. He said at the end of the season he'll be as grey as Santa Claus. He hasn't lost his sense of humor.
No, sir. Well, it's not for a lack of effort from his side. Blue City's just had some moments in this half where they were unable to finish. Torrey on the giveaway will peel this back to Room. And Room will get it out of harm's way. Blue City 8-2 all time versus Miami FC. Guston Madoni a bit miffed by this.
There can't be offside because there was no one there from Blue City, so maybe it's a late. No, there's a hand up. Or maybe it's an offside on earlier on in the move.
Foul here and another yellow card. Musto will get it.
Again, every time it's a soft yellow, you're like, why pick up these yellows? Why? Okay, I think it was more of an accidental connection maybe, but you know, in the middle of the pitch, the player's not going anywhere dangerous. Now you're on a yellow, now they've got to be careful of your next tackle and can't get your elbows up when you jump for a ball in case they connect with someone. So it starts to change your game once you're on a yellow card.
Evan Davila was not selling it. He legit got stepped on. Adams. Good move out wide. This one played into the box. Knutson there, as reliable as ever. Locadia, sweet tap to hold it, win it for Miami FC. Now the jump start. Jones, Locadia, jostling for positioning. Miami trying to do something they have not done since 2023. Let's beat Blue City. They did so in a firefight, 4-3 outcome, and Miami was able to claim the 3 points. This match has been played at a high level where you could feasibly have 7 goals. In fact, both teams have hit the post. Miami twice in this second half. Blue City 1 in the first half. The chest, Davila. Da Costa, who's slow to get back to his feet. Tosh will just trot up with us. Wilson trying to turn the corner. Torrey was able to stick the foot out, trip him up. Don't see a yellow card though. Are you anticipating some subs now, shortly?
I would certainly think so for Blue City. There might be a sub from Miami through no choice because Da Costa again went down heavy and took his time to get back up. But I think if you're Simon Bird, you just got to mix things up. You've got to bring on somebody else that maybe does something different. Tola Shawamni, for example, maybe a little bit bigger and more physical than Chris Donovan. Babacar Niang in midfield, perhaps. I haven't seen much from Evan Davila in this match. And Quincy Herman, perhaps for Ray Serrano. And there is Da Costa struggling. I think it looks like he's going to battle to stay on the pitch.
Probably going to pause the action with that cramp. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Looks like Blue City is getting ready to bring in a couple of new players. Blue City right now in the middle of a 5-game stretch.
Check, mic check, mic.
4 of the matches of the next 5 are on the road. After tonight, they take on Birmingham and Phoenix Rising in Alabama and in Arizona, respectively, before they return home, and then they get good old Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Cool. That's going to be a clash.
So it's not pretty for Blue City, and it could get even uglier if they don't walk away with at least 8 points here tonight. Gerald Diaz also on the boundary. He's looking to come in. Sam Gleedle is going to come in. Abakar Niang also checking in. Just announced for Serrano.
It's a tough one for DaCosta. Done really well. Been excellent and showed some wonderful touches, but was taking a few bangs.
Davila to the left post. And this should result in a corner. It does for Blue City. Yeah, they're going to keep the pressure on no matter what. Talent goes out, more talent comes in. Cook Unity corner kick. Jansen Wilson will take this. And before all that, looks like Malesi was a bit of a bear hug with Chris Donovan. Wilson towards the near post, and Jai able to get ahead on it.
That's a good clearance header from Njai. That ball was coming in with pace, numbers around him, and he gets up and just dominates that near post area.
Jones, nice high ball. It's thrown into the box. Room came out, couldn't get to it. Serrano couldn't win it. Davila here. Davila with a nice pitch to the right-hand side. Wilson just couldn't toggle it around. Miami holding on for dear life, it felt like in that moment. Locadia. Oh, actually called for a delay call. No whistle from our center referee is awfully late. He's not happy with it. Here's the bench for Miami. Wilson. Yang, who gave it up. Switch spots and moved to the left-hand side of the pitch. The cross, no. A sense of panic from Miami. Locadia trying to use his body against Jones. Draws a foul.
That's good by Locadia. Just to take the pressure off. There's been a lot of balls coming in against that Miami defense, and they just need a breather, so they win the free kick. There'll be no rush to take it. Everyone just getting in a bit of a recovery, and try and hold possession if you're Miami FC. The clock is beginning to tick now. Still 23 minutes plus to go, but they're beginning to see the end of the game, possibly Miami FC here, so there's no rush. They don't want to hurry it up at all. If they can get a third goal, that would really give them a cushion.
Turnover with Adams jumping up into the play. Davila. Wilson. Blue City winless in the last 2 league matches. Miami last 3 league matches. Center referee letting him play on here. That was going to be a foul and a free kick. Andy Perez trying to work, eluding 2 defenders, goes for goal. Room with a good stop, pushes it away. Not a velocity on that shot from Perez, but Room able to make a manageable stop.
Perez does so well there, doesn't he? He tries to go down the line and they block it, so he cuts inside and works himself a little bit of an angle for a decent shot. A nice save from Eloy Room. Here it is. He goes inside instead because they cut down the movement down the line. So he gets inside, hits it with his left foot, and forces the keeper to have to make a fairly decent save. It's close enough to his body not to trouble Room too much. And once again, Miami get a free kick, slow everything down, take a breather, recovery, and continue.
Miami with 3 wins this year at home, 3-2-1. They have 6 points in the Prinks Tires USL Cup, but were taken apart by Tampa Bay just last week. A disappointing defeat against Detroit just a couple days ago. Would have looked much better here today. Perez plays it to the wrong colors. There's Diaz. Bent replaced Mateus Romero, who got injured in the first half.
And that's something else we have to bear in mind from Miami FC. They've had 3 substitutions, each one for injury, including the latest one to Costa. So their rhythm has been disrupted, not by choice, not by substituting players who are a minute restriction or you feel are not impacting the game. They've been forced to make those 3 changes, and yet here they are, still 2-1 up against the mighty Lou City.
Rhode Island 1-0 over Brooklyn. Tampa 3-0 over Phoenix. Indy and Lexington bottled up at 1 apiece. It's in the second half now. Brand Bent trying to get on his horse and plays all the way back to Hugo Faru, who's been a quiet man tonight. Downey's even broken a sweat. That's hard to say here in South Florida with the temperature at 84 and the humidity right around 80. Wilson wanted to get it back. Manny Perez. Quick touch passing, Davila. Lou City looking for a pocket to shoot in. Placement, right-hand side. Manny Perez, no chance on it.
I think they were aiming for Chris Donovan in the middle, slightly overhit it there from Sam Gleadle. And Manny Perez just couldn't make up the ground. And that's fine for Eloy Room. 20 minutes or just under left, and you're going to see if they can hold on to that lead for that entire time. It's a risky maneuver because Lou City will make chances, that you can be sure of.
Lou City has had more possession here in the second half to Miami, 59% to 41. But oddly enough, Miami has 2 shots and Lou City only has 1. Football fans, USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and also ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Galazzo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Bent, the insert, oh, an old goal, it's trouble, and Miami extends their lead. No room for escape for Kyle Adams and Lou City. They're in a hole now with time winding down. It's 3-1 for the home side.
Good hold-up play there from Jurgen Locadia. Does so well here just to keep his team in control. But when the ball comes in from Bent, Kyle Adams, I don't know if he's trying to head it away for a corner or what he was trying to do, but the one thing he didn't need to do was head it towards his own goal, and that's what's happened there. He wasn't under too much pressure either. It's a really rare mistake you see from Lou City defenders. And the captain in particular, you can see it on Hugo Faru's face. He just looked and went, what has just happened? And now you're quite right. Now they're going to battle. That's the cushion goal that Miami were hoping for.
What an unbelievable result for a Lou City side that had played relatively strong throughout the entire night. They had 2 breakdowns offensively in the first half. Toloshinomi is coming in now. But Miami was going for an extension in the second half and try to get that lead up to 3-1. They had 2 shots that were off the bar. DaCosta with one of them and Locadia with another. So if ever there was a thought that they're unlucky, well, it came right back, and the own goal from Adams pushes Miami back up to a 2-goal margin. They led 1-0, then 2-0 before it was 2-1. And in the second half, the sides have been fairly even.
Still has been a fairly dominant performance by Lou City over the entire 73 minutes or so we've had, and yet unbelievably they're 3-1 down. That's how soccer can be cruel sometimes.
Alessi. Fairly hot pass that Musto was able to manage. And a ball from Calfo that just went to no man's land. I can't even get a good read on that. I think when Ndongo comes in, another substitution brought to you by Baptist Health. Ndongo, the 19-year-old, has looked good in spots for Miami this year. '75th minute. Lou City is going to have to do something special to get this thing tied at 3-3, but not impossible for them. These things just haven't been their way so far. Ndongo, Locadia out wide to the right. Ball could never get to him. Good play tracking it was Sean Tosh.
Wow, Locadia there was on his own and going for his hat-trick. So nearly made it happen. Good defending though.
Tosh. Some tape that's stuck to his cleat. Left-hand side, great reaction, stopped by Room. Massive stop on the goal line for that keeper, representing Curacao this year in the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
That's a fantastic save. It was at him from Chris Donovan, but still the goalkeeper does brilliantly.
Wilson, Yang was the intended recipient. Ball played away.
Instant reflexes from Room. And that's why I said to you earlier on, I thought he was one of the best signings they've made, because when you got a goalkeeper that good, that experience, it settles everyone down.
Wilson again going for a goal the second time, and Chris Donovan right down the middle of the pitch was the intended recipient. They are looking for number 9. He has a goal already, ever so close to a second one here.
Watch it, Donovan from 6 yards, and it's not, I said it was at him, it was slightly to his left-hand side. Have a look here. The right-hand side as we look to his left-hand side, so it's a very good save.
Cook Unity corner kick for Lou City. Somewhat short. Ndongo got the ricochet. Lou City did overcommit there. If Ndongo was able to settle it, they were off to the races. You get the sense for the last couple of minutes that Lou City is going to go for a second goal. Be a little bit reckless when it comes to defending.
You may as well, whether you lose 3-1 or 4-1 doesn't make a huge amount of difference, but they get one back, it'll be a grandstand finish, you would think.
Tosh. Perez. Back to Tosh, opposite side of the pitch, nobody around. See, trying to crack the code again. Away from the play. Center referee is looking at activity instead of the 18. Gerald Diaz walking away.
Explaining it there, Mark Verso, the referee, but it was ball was a long way away from that incident, so I don't know if he was trying to see if there was an advantage going to accrue to Miami FC when there wasn't. He called it back, perhaps.
Calfo was the one down on the knee.
That man in picture has been fantastic. I mean, 2 goals and hits the post as well. It's quality of the 2 players from Curacao that you featured at the very beginning. That goalkeeper there, Eloy Room, and Jurgen Locadia have just been outstanding for Miami FC today, and they're getting their form just in time for the World Cup.
Showing me who had it for a minute. Torrey now gets bowled over. Yang's not happy about it. Studs on top of the ankle. I believe that was the case. No, it was not, but Yang, with a cold shoulder, ran him over.
He took the player out, then got the ball, which is not the order in which to do it. A little bit of over-enthusiasm.
At the conclusion of this match, we will have our Cricket Wireless Man of the Match.
Guess who that's going to be?
I don't know. You're the one in charge of all that. You're the judge, jury, and deliverer of news.
Just think of who scored most of the goals for Miami FC. That should give you a clue.
Yeah. Knudsen and Room not on the same page, and Room able to get off his line just in the nick of time. That would have been disastrous for Miami. Adams with an own goal to push the lead to 3-1 for Miami. Yang again here, told to settle it down a little bit.
Yeah, and next one will be a yellow card for Yang because that's 2 in a row already. But it's frustration. When you're 1 goal behind, you don't have to push it. But when you're 2, you just have to keep taking risks and fighting for the ball because there's so much work to be done to get even 1 point from this game. And that's why that own goal by Kyle Adams is such an important one. It really has put this right back in Miami's favor. Not that it wasn't, but it's hugely in their favor now.
Our center referee, Mark Verso, going to the bench for Miami, now having a conversation about it. And there's yellow because of it. And the argument can be made, though, that Yang doesn't need a second warning for 2 different infractions that happen seconds apart from each other.
Well, that's, I think, what the coach or the assistant coach there was trying to say. Getting a little bit gritty here at the end. Frustration from Lou City.
Just chip in off the free kick, and it goes right back to Lou City.
Really now for the home side, it's just can you hold Lou City back for 10 minutes? You can even allow them to score once, not allow them, but if they scored once, it wouldn't be the end of the world. You've got 10 minutes to really lock it down, close it down, chase the ball, force errors such as that. Simon Berg getting the ball and holding it there must be wondering, how do we end up 3-1 down in a match that we have created so many opportunities around the fringes of the box?
To Miami's credit, they've only limited the Lou City to 2 shots in the second half. That's it. They had 10 in the first half, 2.5 number 2. But clearly the steam has been taken out of Lou City after they had a major flurry of activity in the first 30 minutes. But they conceded 2 goals during that time. Locadia with both of them. Wilson. Good hesitation from Wilson. Top of the box, wanted to get it back. That shot, oh, moving away. Beautiful connection, it's 3-2. Wonderful connection with Lou City playing perfect magic. Xuanmi was the one that got on the board, and Lou City not going away quietly. They're within a goal.
Good build-up on the right-hand side. Jansen Wilson doing well, gets it to Taylor Davila here. And just as he's falling there, he just has a swing at it, gets the ball into the box. Eloy Room calling for offside straight away, but maybe Tola Xuanmi timed his run perfectly. Taylor Davila whips it in. Xuanmi gets that goal, and, well, now it's 8 minutes and only a 1-goal difference. So now Miami have to do some real defending. 2-goal cushion with 10 minutes, very doable. 1 goal with just over 7 minutes now in any added time against this Lou City side. That's going to be...
Oh, no. Locadia for the hat trick. He's got it! A mistake cashed in by Jurgen Locadia. The man who will be playing in the 2026 FIFA World Cup has his hat trick, and Miami is on their way.
Oh, joy amongst the fans there, but I think that was Kyle Adams. And if it is, that's two terrible errors he's made. Yes, it's him on the ball, the captain. He's played blind without looking. You can't do that. You've got to have a good look there, and that's a terrible error to make, compounded by the fact that he made one 10 minutes ago that was really bad. So horrendous day there for the captain, Kyle Adams, who's normally as reliable as can be.
And Adams is going to see stage left. He will exit right now, and yeah, there's nowhere for him to hide though. Locadia, an unassisted goal, and he'll take it. Brutal second half for the captain, Kyle Adams.
Just when the team got back to a goal down, I mean, that just takes all the steam out of you. It's so hard to come back from that if you're Lou City. It's so unexpected from a man who's normally so reliable.
Room volleys up for it, takes some contact, but the foul was be called.
Now everything's gonna be crosses. They're gonna cross everything. Come on, keep your men.
Once again, Elo Room just doing enough to make sure that Lou City can't get through. Lou City just trying to speed things up. Eloy Room trying to slow things down.
Yeah, Quincy Heuerman comes into the contest. Amadou Dia also in. Tough night for Adams. He'll fly back to Kentucky and just think about what happened in the second half. A drastic turn of events, though.
You get those days in your career where just everything goes wrong, and I think that's probably one of the worst that Kyle Adams has had to experience.
And a minute after Xiuanmi scored, Locadia came right back to push the lead up to 4-2 again. Calfo called for the foul.
And, you know, sometimes you get own goals where the ball just hits you and there's a bit of a tussle over the ball as Miami try to slow it down, Lou City try and speed it up. But sometimes an own goal can be something you could not stop. It just, you know, the ball hits you or whatever. But those were two own goals that I feel Kyle Adams is much better than that. The header one was really bad, didn't need to be heading it anywhere in the direction of his own goal. And that pass back without even looking, that is just not the quality you expect from him and the way he normally plays.
One hopper to room. So Locadia has his team leading fourth goal of the season with the hat trick. Got to imagine Gaston Madoni thinks that he was due anyway.
I think there's a few coaches who will watch the highlights of this match over the next week throughout the USL, and we'll make a little note that next time they play Miami FC, you've got to watch Jurgen Locadia very closely because, okay, he got the third goal, was lucky, but the other two are just quality finishing.
There will be a question mark around Mason Tunbridge. He left this game to begin the second half. We didn't see an apparent injury, but regardless, Miami's going to have their hands full next week. They will be in the Steel City against Pittsburgh. They go to Pittsburgh and then to Oakland. Granted, they'll have a week off, so they'll take on the Oakland Roots on June the 13th. They'll come home against Orange County. They'll enjoy a 3-game homestand. No foul here.
Well, they can certainly enjoy this weekend. Miami FC sitting joint third alongside Lou City on 16 points. Now, things might change as other teams play and other results come through, but they're certainly going to be up there in that sort of upper echelons of the playoff sides.
Getting out wide again, and for Lou City, just trying to keep the heat on. Huerman will take this corner. Cook Unity corner kick. Huerman with the left foot. Back post, one hopper room, can't get to it. It's 4-3. Chris Donovan off a trampoline, heads that ball home. And Lou City not going anywhere.
Wow. What was the score last time that Miami beat Lou City 6 games ago?
4-3. Here we go again.
Wow. That is the quality of Lou City. They keep going at you. Again, we don't want to hammer Kyle Adams too much, but you take those errors away and you either get a win or include one error, you get a draw. Unfortunately, there just isn't much time left for Lou City to get a point out of this match.
So Donovan with the brace, Locadia with the hat trick. Both teams have exercised some offensive woes for marquee players. Both teams have hit the woodwork a couple times, and we're not done yet. Now, granted, we don't have a red card, so that's the only thing we're missing so far in this match. Strong challenge at midfield. Bent gets back to his toes. But Miami, who are 2-8 all time against Lou City, and the last time they won was back in 2023 by the same score. Can they do it again? Jurgen Locadia with a hat trick. Kyle Adams with an own goal. That is where we stand with the Miami 4. Chris Donovan with a pair of goals. A yellow card here. Shionmi also has a goal in this contest. Malesi picking up yellow here.
Yeah, just trying to slow the game down. He knew he wasn't on a yellow, so he could afford to pick up that yellow, because he got away from him here. Had Jansen Wilson.
Searching for the 4th official. 7 minutes of added time.
Wow, 7 minutes. Okay, Lou City, there's still hope, believe it or not.
There's an ample amount of time for Lou City to find more magic. And a team that's capable of delivering just that. For some reason, Ndongo's looking to push forward. That ball went behind him. This is not a time and place to be thinking about another goal if you're Ndongo. You have to defend. Davila inside the 18. Musto, Davila jostling for it. Wilson with the insert towards the back post. A trio of players for Miami defending there, and a head-on collision. Do you want it, but it's gonna be called for a foul.
I thought that was shoulder to shoulder, and that's certainly what Amadou Dia is complaining about. They both went for it, they both arrived at the same time. Just going back there, just before that, the cross coming in from out wide. I think it was Jansen Wilson. What a cross to put in under such pressure as it was going towards the touchline. And let's have a look. I think that's shoulder to shoulder.
It's a 50-50 ball and goes against Lou City.
Just because the one player falls on the ground and holds on to some part of his body doesn't make it a foul. But anyway, can't blame the referee. It's all happening very quickly around him. He can only make a split-second decision.
It was 2-1 Miami at the end of the first half. And then an outburst here in half number 2. Dia again. It's exactly the case. This one has merit. He has to be careful for a yellow card. But clock continues to churn for Miami, and they'll take their sweet time.
Let's have a look and see if there's any holding going on. Wasn't much from either player, really. Again, difficult to be a referee. You have to make a call on these, and it just looked like Locadia very cleverly went around Amadou Dia, went to ground and won the free kick, in which case, well done, Locadia.
Locadia bodied off, lost possession, and another That ball's going to go out of bounds. Hiraman played it, but not a foul.
Yeah, tempers can really flare here when one team is clearly slowing things down, the other is clearly trying to speed it up.
Oh, it is a foul, yeah. Well, Miami clearly milking this for as long as they'll be allowed to. And Jai. Miami must be careful with the ball here, though, because Lou City could turn this up rather quickly.
Hugo Farouk, he's had nothing to do and he's conceded 4 goals.
Unbelievable.
Literally has had nothing to do. I think he's kicked the ball twice and picked the ball out the back of the net 4 times. 2 of them own goals.
An alarming part for Lou City. You look at the results of the last 3 USL Championship regular season matches. They've been outscored 7-4. Lost 2-1 to Detroit, 2-0 to Pittsburgh, and now trailing 4-3 right now. 8 goals against. Granted, one of them was an own goal, but not good for Lou City right now. They have Tampa Bay on deck. That'll be on the 30th. With a possible 3-on-2 at the moment. And Dongo, left-hand side. And Dongo with the move, trying to settle it. And Dongo, one more move. Does he have it in him? Can he pull the trigger? No. Locadia. Locadia looking for his 4th. Locadia cannot manage it. That was a quality chance for Miami. Does it come back to bite him?
Fantastic ball by Locadia initially, and Gerald Diaz was waiting in the box for a simple pass, didn't come. Just wonder if Miami, if it's a late equalizer, whether they'll rue missing that chance.
Tucked in, simple move over to the left-hand side. They're going to say that was touched. Sam Gleedle indicating as much. No dice.
Sam Gleedle, when he turned, he hit it with the outside of his right foot. I'm thinking that's a natural left-footed shot. But it's at the end of the game. There's some tired legs out there, and don't want to get picky at that man. Got to come back to him. Wow, what a game. Everything he's done has been such quality. Whoever got to sign him at Miami FC did a fantastic job.
Not a bad idea to give him the preemptive Cricket Wireless man of the match. Wilson. I'm going to say, who did it go off of? Let's see. No, it goes off of Wilson. Clock continues to burn.
As well as Miami have played here today, and that they have really battled, they've taken their chance as well. They've still won this game through a little bit of luck with 2 own goals, 2 poor own goal, not own, 1 own goal and 1 very poor pass that led to a goal from Carl Adams. So it's a victory and you'll take it. It's just, it relied on a fair amount of luck from a Lou City side who had so many chances early on in the first half. So still work to be done from Miami FC, I think is what I'm saying. Impressed, but they need to sort of take us still up another notch if they want to go on to do something in the championship this year.
4 goals for Miami tonight. They can make the counter argument that Locadia hit the bar once and so did DaCosta, so relatively speaking, they could have 5 or 6.
True. Josh Jones hit the post with one of his headers as well, so.
Give and take. Could be the last play of this match. Long throw in here, left-hand side. Trouble for Gleedle. He could not square it up, and Miami FC cures a spell. They had not beaten Lou City since 2023. They did so then by a 4-3 score, and they do so here tonight, 4-3.
Locadia saying, I need a drink. I'm not surprised. He's finished, but what a good match he has had.
That sets things up for our Cricket Wireless man of the match. Who else would it be? Number 10 was all 10s here tonight. Jurgen Locadia with the hat trick.
The first two absolutely brilliant. The third one a bit of a gift. Look at the way he turns, and he just knows exactly instinctively where the goal is. Kyle Adams plays blind, goes round the goalkeeper though, and finishes from a fairly tight angle for his hat trick. And wow, top quality is all I can say.
For Miami FC, capturing their 4th win of the season, and it was a massive one. 3 points tying with Lou City and also splitting the season series. Post-game show is coming up next.
Avianca is ready for takeoff. Miami FC brings extraordinary passion to every match, and we take it further, connecting the city to 80+ destinations across the Americas and Europe. Because chasing the extraordinary takes the right partner. Avianca, the sky belongs to all of us.
Dealing with pressure is never easy. But pressure is part of the game too. When everything is in your hands, become your own hero.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Avianca, Baptist Health, Macron, and Cook Unity. And back here at Pitbull Stadium, we put a bow on this thing. Miami FC squeaks by. They escape Lou City and win it 4-3 with Gary Bailey. I'm David Gascon. They split the season series 1 game apiece. Gary, we dip into the full-time highlights because there were a lot of them in this thing.
Wow, what a game. So enjoyable to watch, so much happening. Tunbridge early on just plays that ball wide out to Romero, but his ball in is just brilliant, and it finds the man of the match, Jurgen Locadia, at the far post, and he dispatches it with a decent header.
Locadia gets himself on the board, and more importantly for Miami, they got the advantage early on, so they weren't chasing the game anymore. Limited opportunities with Mason Tunbridge. He did all of it here to set up Locadia again.
Great run driving forward, slips that ball in perfect weight. Locadia just turns and tucks it into the far corner. 2-0 up, and to be fair, it had been all Lou City up until this stage. They went into the box twice up to this point, Miami FC, and they scored twice.
They found open cracks in the defense of Lou City. They took
but it sort of bounces over Eloy Room, who can't get to it. But they held on at the end, Miami FC. What a treat for the neutrals. What a fantastic game.
Yeah, final numbers in this thing. Miami wins it 4-3. 4 goals on 6 shots. Shots on target, 8-3. Possession was going to be considered Lou City's throughout the entire night, and it was. No corners for Miami. That's troubling. However, they got the most important thing, the W. They now equal Lou City with 16 points. Lou City is 5-4-1. Miami FC 4-3-4. They split the season series, so tiebreakers could have an influence as we dip deeper into the season. For my broadcast partner, Gary Bailey, and our entire crew, I'm David Gascon. Hope you enjoyed this one. Miami FC wins this in a gunfight. Jurgen Locadia, your hero of the night, with the hat trick. 4-3 is the final.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.